After decades of public service, Housing and Urban Development Secretary Marcia Fudge will step down from her position in the Biden administration. Our very own Leon Bibb spoke exclusively with her today, and he joins us now. And this is a big deal, being that she has been doing this for quite some time.
She's been doing this public service for a long, long time,
Decades,
really since
yes.
the late 1990s. But she's stepping away, as you shall see in just a second. She's stepping away after more than 3 years as the U.S. Secretary of Housing and Urban Development. Greater Clevelander Marcia Fudge has decided to retire from public service. The emphasis is on the word retirement. She said when she told President Biden of her decision, he was not happy to see her leave the cabinet, but she said he understood anyway. Her position to leave on her own. In an exclusive interview, I talked with Secretary Marcia Fudge today, her last day in office.
I think that I have done this long enough, and I think it's just time. It's time to come home.
Madam Secretary, what would you say were your chief accomplishments at HUD as the secretary there?
We put an awful lot of resources into making sure that we could expand the number of people who were housed in this country. So dealing with the homelessness issue was huge for me because it is a crisis everywhere. Secondly, was ensuring that communities like the ones that we live in, Leon, get their fair share of federal resources. I was really, really proud to be able to come home and give a $35 million grant for Choice Neighborhood to our public housing.
We are seeing a number of immigrants into this country coming in from on the southern border, and they are in some of our major cities. Some of them are homeless. How do we find the balance point of immigration and people who are coming perhaps without jobs right now? Or is there a balancing point?
Well, I think that there is a balancing point. Certainly, we're a country of immigrants, which we all know. We need workers in a lot of areas where you don't have them. So I think that it's a combination of how we deal with work permits, how we deal with housing, not just immigrants. I mean, we have a housing issue in this country, period, writ large. So we need to find ways to embrace people who need our help. And I think that we are working to do that.
On this last week as HUD Secretary, Marcia Fudge said she was looking forward to coming home, not to retire elsewhere, but to retire home in Greater Cleveland. I asked the former Congresswoman from the 11th District, you remember she had that job too, and the former mayor of Warrensville Heights before that, if a political campaign for herself might be in her future. Will I see your name on the ballot again sometime in the future? I asked her. She laughed with her answer. No, she said, if you see my name on a ballot, call me and save me. Marcia Fudge is coming home.
I mean, you made that into a story. I'm very captivated. Right. Obviously a very captivating interview either way, but to know that she wants to come back here to Cleveland, it's pretty special.
And she said, I probably would run into her, not in a public way, not as a public servant, but I'll run into her at the grocery store or at the local pharmacy. We always run into each other places like that on the southeast side of Cuyahoga County.
Look at that, yeah. Leon Bibb.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, we'll
Leon, thanks. More from this interview coming up too, right?
We'll have more of this coming up at 6 o'clock this evening.
All right.
All right.
Thank
We'll see you then. Thank you.
You. Good.